is Jennifer Walker with Steve Tatone, and we're going to talk about a musical drama called Beautiful Noise. And welcome, Steve. What I'm really curious about is I know you're getting a lot of press, a lot of visibility. This is really a featured movie in the Sarasota Film Festival. But what brought you to this place? What was that process for someone who'd been in a different industry, I think, to get inspired to actually make a film?
Well, my background is predominantly television and worked many years as an independent concert promoter, so I'm not a complete novice when it comes to the entertainment industry, but I have been trying to figure out how to scratch this itch of breaking into the film business for quite some time. And 5 years ago, I went to my wife, who's a long-time employee of Sarasota Memorial, and said, you know, I'm probably going to be a very angry man when I'm about 70 if I look back and realize I haven't even tried this. And so she said, hey, you know, go for it. I said, give me a year. I think I've got some stories inside me. You know, I think I better try this now, just if nothing else, just to get the words on the page so that I can move on with my life. She readily agreed and kind of carried the ball for us for that first year. And of course, 4 years later, things are just now starting to rock and roll for us. I was fortunate that the second screenplay I wrote, I guess it's 4 years ago now, is being turned into it's a true life story about a hockey player, NHL player from Boston, who played in the late 60s and early 70s. I'm a hockey fan and grew up wearing this guy's number when I was a teenager. And anyway, that particular script is in the process, I just found out last week, of being turned into a $25 million film being packaged by creative artists in Hollywood. So I'm very excited to have created that, but I'm not really part of the hierarchy that's going to shepherd that film all the way through. I'm a producer, I'm a writer, but I'm not the decision maker. In the interim, because Hollywood moves so slowly on projects like that, I kept writing. And Siesta Key has been not only a family home for many years. My wife and I and family moved here in '92 from Dayton, Ohio. But it's also been kind of a spiritual place for me. If I ever have a problem or just life gets knotted up, I can walk Crescent Beach for a couple hours and, you know, everything's fine. And that has fueled my writing. And as I say, after that hockey movie I scripted, I just kept writing and kept developing story ideas. And the first thing that popped out of the 6 projects that I have on the slate currently to film here in town was Beautiful Noise. I'm also, in addition to being a hockey nut, I'm a diamond head. I literally have been inspired all my life with songs and music and lyric of Neil Diamond. So while Beautiful Noise is a bit of a rip-off of his title of a great '76 album I love of his, it's a completely fictional story. There's nothing to do about Neil or his life. But to say I was inspired by his music would be an understatement. So I never even set out to write a musical, but it just turned into one. As a concert promoter for the past 25 years, fueling that with my television experience in the past, it was a natural progression for me to take, in this case, original songs, 17 original songs, plus one that the great legend Joni Mitchell gave us, Free Man in Paris, and I fused those wonderful tunes with a story I had in my head that deals with themes like redemption and hope, and basically never giving up, never giving in, and finding out really how people get up off the mat when they get knocked down, as we all do, you know, peaks and valleys in life. That seems to be, ironically, the themes of the hockey movie, Rise, Fall, and Redemption, and it seems to fuel my writing on this particular musical drama as well.
So you talked about Siesta Key Beach, and so one of the things that's interesting is we're in Sarasota with the Sarasota Film Festival, and there's you talk about, you know, emerging film industry here, and, you know, to what extent are you hoping to be part of that? What do you see in the future for film in Sarasota? Are you excited about the possibility that there's going to be more going on here?
I'm more than excited about it. I've joined hands and the effort being spearheaded by Jeannie Corcoran and the Sarasota Film Commission some time ago. And I believe that with this film, Beautiful Noise, we not only established Sarasota as a hotbed of independent filmmaking, by the way, not that I'm the only one out there doing it. There's a lot of great filmmakers here in town that are doing a lot of great work. But I think I captured lightning in a bottle with this particular film, and I think it sets up our company, Midnight Pass Productions, as a leader of the vanguard in the independent film world here in Sarasota that is, I think, growing leaps and bounds. I'm very proud of the fact that my entire cast and crew, save for two of the lead actors, are from Sarasota and the surrounding areas. Even our main star, Danielle White, who lives in California now pursuing her acting and singing career. Danielle is a graduate of Booker High School's performing arts program, and she's just stellar in this role and will blow people away, as do the other leads. So I'm very happy and proud that I drew the line in the sand, literally, and decided to make movies here in town. Initially, scripts that I've written, I produce, I direct, and I've written these films. But I also have an eye toward working with other filmmakers and collaborating down the road on their projects as well. We are going to lead the charge for indie filmmaking here in Sarasota.
One of the comments I read is that this is a made-in-Sarasota film with a great shot at distribution. And I know that Wendy Williams is your executive producer, and so she's got California ties, but she likes to be in Sarasota. And I wonder to what extent having people with a lot of experience in film who want to be in this location will help move us forward.
It is incredible the amount of people I've found once I, again, made the decision to make these films here in town, and I had nobody backing us up. There was no funding up front by anybody, just family and friends, credit cards, and some cash we scraped together to get started. But once we made the decision to start making films here, the community literally embraced us. I never paid for a location, catering, lodging, all the things that add up to that budget. A lot of things were just really donated to the film because people believed in me and the project and what we're trying to do here. But the heavy lifting of the funding for this particular project really comes now that the excitement is there. The film turned out outstanding, I think, as you know, as you can tell from the sellouts here at the film festival. So we're so, you know, blessed and grateful for that. But now we're starting to knock on the doors of the usual suspects, as well as other individuals and family businesses here in town. What we've proven, and what Wendy has shown us with her leadership from she works on huge $200 million Hollywood movies. So you fuse Wendy's vast knowledge of how the film industry works on that level, and fuse it with what I'm doing here, where the rubber meets the road, literally, of independent filmmaking. We make a dynamite team, and we've created a high-quality, low-budget approach to filmmaking that we think will just stir not only moviegoers throughout the world, but hopefully inspire some of these folks who do have the availability, quite frankly, the wherewithal to invest small amounts of money to create this industry here, not only on my films, but other filmmakers. That doesn't take much. People are going to be shocked. They're going to think we spent millions of dollars when they see, and especially hear, Beautiful Noise. The soundtrack alone is among the best I have ever been exposed to, and I can boast about that. I'm not sure how people will take the film itself, but I guarantee you the soundtrack is literally off the hook. It's just incredible. So we were able to make something literally out of nothing. It's a micro-budget film that looks like we spent a lot of time and money, and it could not have been done without the wonderful embrace of the community.
Well, when we air this, it'll be on our next Arts Talk program, and you will have been through the opening celebrations and the parties and all of that, but still in the middle of the Sarasota Film Festival. And I know there's a lot of people who are saying this seems to be a really important time for Sarasota, so you're in the middle of it. So I wish you all the best for a fabulous launch and great success in getting a wonderful distribution package for it. And thank you, Steve Tatone, for being on Arts Talk with me.
Thank you so much. I appreciate the coverage.